Hi there, this is Margaret and welcome to my YouTube channel Grammar Buzz Learning Made Easy. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to learn about simple future tense. In my previous video, we have already discussed about tense. We already know that tense is related to time. Tense is used to show when an action takes place. But you know what? First things first. So let us quickly look into our lesson objectives. And the lesson objectives today aims at helping us to know what are simple future tense, know the different forms, know how to form them, and know when to use them. Hey, do you make plans to go out on vacation with your family and friends? Well, here is Emma today, and she too is in a festive mood and making plans to spend her winter vacation. So let's find out what is up her sleeves. And this is Emma. She says, "Hello, I am Emma. This winter I shall go to Kashmir with my family. There we shall see the snowfall. We shall play with snow. I shall build a snowman too. We shall visit many gardens and the Dal Lake in Srinagar. I hope many tourists will be there because the presence of tourists and foreigners will lay addition charm to the gay atmosphere." Well, that is Emma's plan for the winter vacation. Have you noted the words marked in red color? Alright, let's read them out together. And they are shall go, shall see, shall play, shall build, shall visit, will be, and will lay. Well, what about these words? What are they? You know them. They are verbs. All these verbs tell us about some action that are about to happen in the future. That is, they are yet to happen in time. They will take place in the time to come. So these verbs are in the simple future tense. So, the most favorite part of the video, you know it. What is simple future tense? What about it? What is its use? Wow, that's a ball of questions. And I shall answer all these questions one at a time. And you know, to begin with, my most favorite question, you know it, right? What is simple future tense? Well, simple future tense is a verb tense. You already know that tense tell us about time. Yes, simple future tense is a verb tense and it tells us about action that will take place in the future time. Simple future tense tells us that actions will take place or happen in the time to come. It refers to a time later than now. So remember, simple future tense is a verb tense that is used to talk about things that haven't happened yet and they are yet to happen. So, you know something? Simple future tense has two forms. Yes, simple future tense has two forms and they are will or shall and the be going to form. Right. Although the two forms can sometimes be used interchangeably, they often express two very different meanings. Both will and be going to refer to a specific time in future. Well, it's time for us to know how to form our simple future tense. Now that we already know what is the meaning of simple future tense, the next question that pops us is how to form simple future tense. Well, how do we construct a sentence in simple future tense? It's an important question though. So let's find out, shall we? Alright, come along, let's figure it out. So, how do we construct sentence in simple future tense? How do we form the simple future tense? Well, you see, it's quite simple. The formula for the simple future is will or shall plus the root form or the base form of the verb. So let's take an example. And the example says, Jen will read that book. Jen will read that book. In the given sentence, we use will together with the base or the root form of verb read to form a sentence in simple future tense. Remember, base form of verbs are verbs without any addition at the end. Easy so far, right? Well, you need to remember that in order to form simple future tense or sentences in simple future tense, we need to use will or shall plus the root form or the base form of verb. Okay, time for an example. And here it comes. Okay, let's take into account this picture as our example sentence. Well, let us make a sentence with it. And our sentence is, if you will eat all that cake, you will feel sick. If you will eat all that cake, you will feel sick. Well, can you tell me which are the verbs in this sentence? Can you? Yay, you are right. They are eat and feel. But we also have helping verbs. And what are they? Well, in both cases they are will. Will is the helping verb in this sentence. Remember, helping verbs come just before the main verb. And both helping verb and main verb together in this sentence express a particular tense form. The verb will plus the main verbs eat and feel are in the simple future tense because they tell us about an action that will take place in the future, that is, in the time to come. Note the verb eat and feel are in its simplest form, that is, they are in their base form without any extra endings. Remember, to form simple future tense, we use shall or will plus the base form of the verb. Now that you already know what is simple future tense and how to form them, you know what? Let us try and find out the different forms of simple future tense. So let's get going. Well, how do we form simple future tense for negative sentences? So how to form negative sentences in simple future tense? Well, it's quite simple, you see. And the formula is we use a will plus a not and the root form of verb. That's it. You need to use a will plus a not and the root form or the base form of verb. Alright, come along. You know what? It's time for an example. Okay, let's take into account this example. And our sentence says, I will not finish my homework in time for class. I will not finish my homework in time for class. Well, can you tell me which is the verb in this sentence? Yes, you are right. It is finish. Finish is the main verb and the verb finish is in its root or base form. But we also have a helping verb here and that is will. Remember, helping verbs come just before the main verb. So both the helping verb and the main verb together in this sentence express a particular tense form and that is future tense. But since this sentence is a negative sentence, we also have used the word not. You remember the formula? It is will plus not plus the root form of verb in order to form a sentence in future tense that is a negative one. So, in this sentence we have used a will, a not and the root form or the base form of verb that is finish. And so the sentence is a negative sentence in the simple future tense. Okay, now that we already know how to form negative sentences in simple future tense, it's time for us to know how to frame questions in simple future tense. So let's find out. Well, how to ask a question in future tense. To ask a question in future tense, do we have a formula for this too? Of course we have, and it is use a will plus the subject and the root form of verb. It's that simple. You need to use a will plus the subject and the root form or the base form of verb. And you know what? Yes, you're right. It's time for an example. And our example sentence is, what will you buy with the money you found? What will you buy with the money you found? Note the subject in this sentence is you. Buy is the main verb and it is in its root or base form. But we also have a helping verb and that is will. So, as we already know, to ask question in simple future tense, we have to use a will plus the subject plus the root form of verb. And in this sentence, we have a will, the subject you and buy, which is the root form of verb. And don't forget to close the question with a question mark. Yes, we need to close the sentence with a question mark here because it is a question sentence and it is also in future tense. So remember, to form question sentences in future tense, all you need to have is a will plus a subject and the root form of verb and a question mark to close the sentence. Okay, so when do we use will and shall? I'm so confused. Well, come along, let's find out. Will or shall? What about them? What are their uses? How do we choose between them? Confused? Well, there's nothing to worry. Will and shall are modal verbs. Well, we shall discuss about modal verbs in more detail sometime later. But for the time being, it's important for you to know that they are used with base form of verbs as helping verbs, right? Well, the traditional use or the traditional rule for shall is, it is used with first person pronoun I and we to form the future tense. Remember, the traditional rule that we use for shall is, it is used with first person pronoun I and we to form the future tense, while will is used with second and third person pronouns, that is you, he, she, it and they. However, when it comes to expressing a strong determination to do something, the roles are reversed. Will is used with first person and shall is used with second and third person. In practice though, the two words are used more or less interchangeably, and this is now an acceptable part of standard British and American English. However, the word shall is now seldom used. Well, now it is time to find out the use of will and going to express future actions. So let's begin. Will to express a voluntary action. Yes, will often suggests that a speaker will do something voluntarily. A voluntary action is one when the speaker offers to do something else. Often we use will to respond to someone else's complaint or request for help. We use will when we request that someone helps or volunteers to do something for us. Similarly, we use will not or won't when we refuse to volunteer to do something. Okay, time for an example. And what do we have here? Well, it's the picture of a girl making sandwiches. And that's our sentence. And our sentence says, I will make some sandwiches. I will make some sandwiches. This sentence expresses a voluntary action, an offer the speaker makes to prepare the sandwiches. As already mentioned, will is often used to suggest that a speaker will do something voluntarily in future time or in the time to come. Note in this sentence we get two verbs, will, which is a helping verb, and make, which is a main verb. Make is the base form of verb, that is without any additions at the end. So in this sentence, the helping verb will helps the main verb make an expression or express an action that is going to take place in the time to come, that is in the future time. So the sentence is in the future tense. Well, what about this one? Will to express a promise? Yes, Will is usually used to express promises in the future. So, let's take the example of a phone call, and the sentence is, I will call you when I arrive. I will call you when I arrive. The sentence here expresses a promise that is to be fulfilled in the time to come, that is, in the future, after the speaker arrives. Note in this sentence too, we have two verbs, will, which is a helping verb, and call, which is the main verb. The main verb call is in its base form, that is, without any additions at the end. Will and call is used together to express a promise in the future time. So, the sentence is in its simple future tense. Okay, time for the be going to form. And what do we have here? Be going to express a plan. Well, remember, the be going to form is used to express that something is a plan. It expresses the idea that a person intends to do something in the future. It does not matter whether the plan is realistic or not. Okay, now let's take the example of Hawaii. And our sentence is, she is going to spend her vacation in Hawaii. She is going to spend her vacation in Hawaii. Here the sentence expresses a plan that is going to be fulfilled in the future time to come. Remember, be going to expresses that something is a plan. It expresses the idea that a person intends to do something in the future. Note the verb is the helping verb which comes before the main verb spend. Spend is the base form of the verb and it's an irregular verb. The sentence is in its simple future tense. Well, some interesting facts about both will and be going to. So, time for interesting facts. Let's find that out. Okay, some interesting facts about both will and be going to is, both will and be going to can be used to express the idea of a general prediction about the future. Predictions are guesses about what might happen in the future. In the following example, there is no difference in the meaning. So let us take each example one at a time. And our first sentence says, John Smith is going to be the next president. John Smith is going to be the next president. Here, is going to expresses an action that might happen in the time to come, that is, in the future. Well, I am using the word might because it expresses a prediction that might come to pass or might not take place. Well, time for the next one. And this sentence tells us, John Smith will be the next president. John Smith will be the next president. In this sentence, we have used will instead of be going to. But does that change the meaning of the sentence? Certainly not. The meaning of the sentence still remains the same. That is, a prediction is being made about the future. John Smith will be the next president. So remember, will and be going to can express the idea of a general prediction or guesses about the future which might happen. So both will and be going to are interchangeable only in case of predictions for the future without altering the meaning of the sentence. Okay, time for remember. And what do we need to remember? Well, all we need to remember is simple future tense is a verb tense. It tells us about actions that will take place in the future. And will, shall or be going to can be used to express future tense. Well, you can really give a pat to yourself now. You have reached the practice segment. Okay, it's practice time. So this is how it works. I will be showing you a sentence and you will have to complete it with the correct form of the words given. So are you ready to begin? Are you? Let's get going. And here comes our first sentence. It says, the children on the trampoline at the party. The children on the trampoline at the party. And your word is jump. So how will you change the sentence to simple future tense using the verb jump? Have you spotted it? I think you have. Good going. And it is will jump. The children will jump on the trampoline at the party. Here comes the next one for you. And it says, I my test on time. And your choice of word is complete. So, what is the simple future tense of this sentence? Have you spotted it? I think you have, and you have really done a good job. It is shall complete. I shall complete my test on time. Remember, we use shall with I. Great going. Here's the next one for you, and it says we in the winter. We in the winter. And your words are swim, no. Oh, we have a no. So, can I give you a small hint? I think it will be a negative sentence. So, how are you going to complete this sentence? How do you think you can do it? Have you done it all right? I think you have. Great going. And the sentence is, we shall not swim in the winter. We shall not swim in the winter. Good job. Here comes the next one for you. And it says, what in the afternoon? What in the afternoon? And your choice of word is do, she. And note the question mark. You know what kind of sentence is this. So how are you going to complete this? Have you done it all right? I think you have. You are quite a gem. And the words are will she do? Yes, what will she do in the afternoon? What will she do in the afternoon? Good job. And here comes the last one for you. And it says, I win the competition. I win the competition. And your word is be going to. Yes, you have to use the be going to form for this future tense sentence. And what is your choice? Note the subject I. So what are you going to use? I and? Yes, you are right. It is I am going to win the competition. I am going to win the competition. Great job. Hey, that was a real fantastic job that you did. You were there all throughout the video with me. Hope this video helped you understand what are future tense and how they are used and how they are formed. If you have any questions at all, you know what to do. Just pop them in the comment box below. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, press the bell icon and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So this is Margaret signing off for today. Take care of yourself and bye.